Hey everyone, Shawn here. Just had a fabulous day with my daughter at the Cataraqui Golf Club in Kingston, and drove the ball really well, hit my irons extremely well. The only thing that really prevented me from going deep under par today was my wedge. I was hitting the wedge extremely solid, but my distance control was off, and that's something that I haven't practiced a lot this year because it's been so wet. So I'm here at the Durham Region driving range, hopefully just before the storm hits, and we're going to do some wedge shots. So I'm going to do a nice little wedge session with you guys right now. So I've got my a nice little area right here. I'm going to zero in on this. There's a green right in front of us. That's at 50 yards exactly. Prior to 28. So we'll hit some 35-yard shots, some 65-yard shots, and that flag over there is at 95 yards. We're a little into the wind, so this should be a really good session. So let's start with a couple of 35-yard shots, just short of the green. Got my dandelion stem, ball's just a hair back of center. Okay, that's 50 on the nose. So, excellent contact. All I'm looking for is wide cut through the stem. No resistance whatsoever with the lower body. The lower body has to get out of the way. So I see my stem. Out of the way, out of the way. Perfect. There's 50 yards. So we got the 50-yard shot. Let's reinforce that. Right through the center of that divot. Boom. Okay. We'll do one more. Got my dandelion stem. Super. All right. Those are plus or minus 50 yards right there. So let's go a little longer. So between that 50 yard and the 95 yards, so let's see if we can go 75. Excellent. Right in between that green and the 95-yard flagstick. And this is a 56-degree wedge. Got my intermediate point. Gather. Now that was not through the ball. So I wasn't cutting through the stem using momentum. I felt the need to help that a little bit. That's the last thing you want to do when you got a wedge in your hands. So if you tend to hit your wedges a little fat, you're not allowing momentum to cut through the stem. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So there's 65 yards. So let's try 35. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the same 50-yard shot, but with a fade flavor. So I'm going to play the ball a little forward to center, open the face a tad, cut through the stem with the same amount of momentum. That was about 45. Got my little clover flower right there. Ball forward to center. There, perfect. Okay, so we got 35. That was it. So if I want it soft, 35, that was my fade flavor. Ball forward to center, club face slightly open. Perfect. Okay. So now we've got 35 yards. We're going to confirm that one more time. Nice fade. Perfect. So I'm really liking the reliability of that 35-yard shot. So 50 yards square, slightly back in my stance. Let's go back to 50. Okay, that was 65. That was a little more flush. You see how important this is? The golf balls are nice and consistent here, the nice Callaway range balls. 50 yards. Perfect. Okay, that was 55. Love the way that ball came off the club face. So back to 35. A little more forward, a little more open. Yes. Okay. Perfect. One more now at 65. Ooh, it's not looking too good over there. I'll try and get this in. So little draw, 65 yarder. Ball's a little bit more back, club face slightly closed. Gather. Yes. Oh, fantastic. That was 65 to 70. Let's go full 95. It's typically about 110 this wedge for me. Thin to win. Yep, that was 100 right on the nose, just past the flag. Intermediate point, check. Back of center, check. Gather. Oh, perfect. Be nice. Okay, good, 100 yards. So with the softness that we have on the greens, that one would be past the flagstick, sucked back. I'd get a lot of spin on that wedge. That's what I love about these ping wedges. The grooves are so nice and tight. Perfect. Boom. Put a blanket on those last two. Now, back to 50 yards. Oh, that's why we need practice. That was 45, and that was extremely lucky. I need to cut more along the surface of the ground. So you notice that was gougier here. I actually have a worm coming out of that one. But it did make it to that little green. So I'm seeing the stem of the dandelion. I'm going to go through and along the surface of the grass. See the diff? Wow, much better. Much better. That was 60. So if you're feeling a little steep, make sure you see through the stem and beyond along the surface of the grass. So make that task much more reliable. So I'm seeing the stem, through the stem, along the grass. That was a little thin. So, with a little inconsistency in that contact, we're going to do a little bit of walking and swinging here. So, oh, perfect. There it is. So, any contact or direction issues directly related to centering. So a little walking and swinging, brushing the grass. Here we go. Perfect. So when you're in a jam over the course of the round and you're struggling staying centered, and you're struggling a little bit with your rhythm and your timing and your tempo, first thing you do, take a little walk, brush, 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 brush. So look how beautiful that was. Brush, brush. 50 yards. Very good miss. The ground is so saturated. This is fantastic practice. There we go. Fantastic practice for, you know, tight contact, because everything is so soft underneath here. 50 yards. Perfect. There we go. So the session is starting to sink in. Got my divot. 65 yards. Yes. Cut through with a little more authority. Oh, that's 75 yards. So what I'm varying when I'm going for different distances is the softness or the firmness of my cut through the stem. So when I'm going 35, now I'm feeling a lot more softness in the cut. So we're going to go back to the little fade, slightly forward to center, and now we're looking for softness through the cut. Yes. Perfect. On the button. So we're going to go for the same softness through the cut. Square, slightly back of center. That should be 50. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we're dialed in. Then we're going to go a little more, just a little more zippiness through the cut. Square, slightly back of center, 65. Ooh, perfect. Fantastic. So that's what I needed today. See, right there, those three wedge shots were dialed in absolutely perfect. My long wedge shots, my full wedge shots were excellent. They were hunting flag sticks. But I drove the ball so well today, I was well within the full wedge range. Right there, that should be in the hole. Perfect. So, hope you enjoyed that session. I'm going to keep going. I got the rest of my bucket here, and we're going to vary these shots until the sun goes down or until I get hit by that storm. and we'll see you in the next one.